All right, I got to give you fair warning. This is going to be another one of those pivoting videos. I know you've seen your fair share of those recently, so apologize for that, sort of. But I think this one's going to be a little different because what I want to do is take a little different twist on that concept. Pivoting, I know you have to do very short term because if you're trying to survive, if you're in a business and you've got bills to pay and all that stuff, you want to keep your business going. You're going to do what you can to make your business work in the current climate. I got that part. Okay, so let me take it into a step further, step beyond. What if you are in a situation where you got to do some long-term planning for your business? So say you're in a business that requires, the projects that you work on are in the months and years type scope where you're, trying to figure out what you're going to have to do, what you're going to have to meet demand wise in the future, way in the future. These kind of projects are going on all the time. They move slowly relative to things that are going on, weeks in advance, weeks into the future versus what they work on. But they still have to keep on working on these projects, right? And of course, they might say, well, we're going to wait and see. That's an easy answer. Just say, well, we're going to take a pause and think about it or see what the direction things are going. And certainly you can do that for a little while. But, eventually you got to make a decision, right? So here's my question to you guys. And I just want to hear your thoughts. So say you're in the, you know, car manufacturing business. Um, there's a lot less people driving right now. We've done a lot more going with these, virtual meetings and all this stuff. So a lot less travel going on. The roads are a lot more empty than they were. Is that a temporary state? Yeah, we've definitely scaled back dramatically for the current time. Right now it's May 2020, so yeah, it's been much slower activity than what we had seen until a couple months ago. But what about 6 months from now? Um, are we going to go back to what we were doing, or about two-thirds of what we were doing? Or are we going to have a dramatic shift to where we're going to cut way back and there's going to be just plain a lot less traffic on the roads for from now on? So, people are going to need less cars. The roads, we won't be using the roads as much. So people that build roads, they got to figure out, are we going to continue with our lane expansion projects that we are working on? Or even if we are we going to, even if we were going to planning to get it done in a year, maybe we could push it out for into 3 years or something like that. Um, airplane airplane manufacturers, are we going to see totally different designs for planes now? Because do we need to have this way to keep people separated from each other, or at least isolated in some way? Are they going to create like partitions in between all the passengers, or some kind of like individual air control thing that keeps everybody's air to themselves? I don't know. Just throwing out thoughts. Um, what else? Okay, how about really long term power plants? People that are in the business of building power plants, they got to figure out what capacity we're going to be needing 5, 10 years down the road. Are we going to be using a lot less power because things are just not, there's just way less activity than there was? Uh, so, how do they work? And again, I know people can just say, well, we're going to wait and see. And, uh, that's kind of a cop out answer. That's what I think. So if I told you you can't say wait and see, I want to know that you're going to decide something real soon about what you're going to be doing with your budget that you got to figure out real soon. How does that work? So let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious what you all think. And it doesn't matter if you're in that industry where you're doing that long-term planning or not. I'm just curious what you all think. Anybody that has a thought about that. Thanks a lot.